begun. Drinks are our half right, and it's time to loosen up from your work week. Show some love to your bartender, that lovable loudmouth with absolutely no filter, Trevor Garner.
What do you know about this world and all its demands? Sometimes it's hard to face it. What are your future plans? Get off your throne. Get off your throne. And have a little faith in it.
Or KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM. The station that leaves no listener behind.
Trevor's Happy Hour. We're not leaving you behind. We're old, decrepit. And hey, what? Call it at 657-444-5501 Jeans. Zomby's here. He's decrepit. Zombie. Where's the Dave Lerman show? Come on, Dave. I don't think it's going to work because I don't think Dave is listening because he's like asleep, like Zombie. But here it is. What's the number? No, 657-444. No, 444-5501. 657-444-5501. Zombie, you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Oh man, now he's calling my cell phone, asking me what the 657-444-5501. Hang on. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
This is Trevor's Happy Hour. You ready for my intro? I'm doing it right now. Listen, now you better be quiet for a second.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Wait a minute. Placentia. That's it. Here's Trevor and his co-host, Lyle Fenimore.
Also starring
Dave.
Leslie. Don't call her Leslie. You're in tune to Trevor's Happy Hour. It's time to get your weekend started, kids.
There's a California champagne by Fireman. So Fireman.
102, take 3. Action, please.
The French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Fireman. So Fireman.
Now, what is it you want in your depth of your ignorance?
Dave will deliver.
Whatever it is you want, I can't deliver because it just won't do.
Hello, everybody. Trevor. Lyle, the man-child. And we're here. Memorial. What is it? Labor Day? Labor Day. Why do I say Memorial Day?
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
What is it?
Huh?
What day is it?
It's Memorial. It's the Sunday after Memorial Day, which was
Right.
this Monday.
Yeah, okay, anyway, this is the Dave Lerman show, and
No, it's the Trevor Garner show.
Nah. But Dave's back in action. We're gonna see what's going down. Zombie's here at the headquarters. Zombie, you there?
Yeah.
Well, say hi, Zombie.
Hey, Zombie.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, groovy.
He's groovy. He has his bong and everything. He's like getting ready for the show.
I just got an interesting sign. The other day, we have an old friend, Brett from Sacramento, and so I was asking Trevor about Brett, and I'm just cruising down Facebook now, And Trevor had said, well, he doesn't come on anymore because he doesn't want to be too controversial. I'm looking at his recent Facebook post. His recent Facebook post says there are more than 2 genders. So yeah, I would agree with that. Man, woman, and Brett. Just ask Peggy.
You know, and I got to tell the story on Trevor's Happy Hour. Call in at 657-444-5501 jeans in your pants. You know, it's just, Dave, we're buried the hatchet. But you know what?
We are. No, we always bury the hatchet.
But you know, Dave, you're fired. The formula.
Yeah. Hey, story of my life.
I'm kidding.
Hey, if I had a midget in a wheelchair, I'd be golden. But my time has come and gone. Now I'm dedicated to making wheelchairs dusty.
Dude,
I'm making fun of Brad.
I know. hey, you be golden showers. I know.
That's so funny because I just had a conversation with our friend Magic Matt Allen. So okay, let me test your hooker IQ. All right, if a golden shower is getting peed on, what is the term you would use if you were to call an escort service and you wanted the girl to take a dump on you? What menu item would you ask for? So if a peeing is golden shower, right?
Yeah.
Getting a dump on you, what is that known as in hooker speak?
Kung Pao chicken?
No, hot lunch.
Hot lunch.
If a girl takes a dump on you, it's called a hot lunch. And actually, I can even go a little further. There was, what was the name of that company? Very famous a film and TV production company on Ventura Boulevard. And the agent was actually Lou Costello's granddaughter, Marky Costello. She was head of casting. But the guy who ran the place was named Ziskin. And he had the office on the top floor, and he had this amazing glass table that was enormous. And one day, Marky says, hey, you know that table in Ziskin's office? I says, yeah, it's enormous. She says, yeah, he goes underneath the glass table and he jerks off while hookers take a dump on the top. And that's like a real thing. It's like, and that's how I found out what a hot lunch is. Can you believe that's like somebody's way of getting off?
You know what Zomby's way of getting off is? He goes, stupid intro. I don't want to do this. And Zomby's asleep, and I was asleep, and we're all sleeping, and we're all sleepy, and it's like,
like 4:00, isn't it?
Yeah,
a little early for sleeping. I mean, on the East Coast, it's almost evening, and but there it's just the afternoon. So I hear there's a lot going on in your life. I heard you moved. You became a landlord.
Well, yeah, I did, but I mean, I'm just.
Do you have any contact with your tenants?
Trevor's Happy Hour, 657-444-5501. We are getting, we have tenants now, and they're paying for my mom's, her care, and the people I just called them today, they're like a bunch of Filipinos, and they go, she goes,
well, they can sure clean.
No, it's clean, and they just go, Senor, she's on the pot. She's like going poo poo, and I go, okay. That sounds like some sort of some scam. I go, wait a minute, she's always on the pot. Maybe you just don't want me to talk to her. I don't know what it is. What do you think, Dave?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't think I could ever be a landlord because like every landlord I ever had was a dick, and now I'm a homeowner, and every repair guy I have come here is a fucking dick. So, but you live and you learn.
Well, happy Pride Day, Dave.
What?
Happy Pride Day on being a homeowner. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Yeah, it's Pride Month. Definitely Pride Month. Yeah, wait. Oh, hey, I got a blast from the past. Trevor, do you remember Nicholas Snow, the Tinseltown Queer?
Zomby might.
No, that's
No, this is a Trevor Poor Man thing. When Poor Man first started, I had this guy from West Hollywood as a correspondent, and his name was Nicholas Snow, the Tinseltown Queer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just saying, there was a time when if you just put a flamboyant gay guy like Charles Nelson Riley or Paul Lynn, it was part of the formula.
Jim J. Bullock. Hey, you gotta put
Jim J. Perfect, exactly. He was. Do you remember when he teamed up with Tammy Faye, and they had a talk show? It was Jim J. and Tammy Faye.
Man, I used to see him walking up and down Santa Monica Boulevard by Drake's. Remember that? And it's like,
oh yeah. Drake's is this. Oh man, do you remember the fucking video section at Drake? They had some of the sickest gay porno in the history of man.
Oh God, I remember the people going in.
Wait. Yeah, Drake. That was right by Boys Town, where Mickey's was, and there was like the total Fruit Loop. Not like my Fruit Loop, but
right. See, Zombie, do you remember like that gay bar across from Drake's? I don't know, but Dave might remember it. I don't know. I ended up in there, but by accident. I wasn't like I was gay, but it's like, and they had like in the back. I said, do you have a restroom? They said, yeah. The women's is in the back on the lawn, and the men's is in here. And I go, huh? Oh, gay people.
Funny.
Gay people.
Well, my apartment in Vegas was right next to the gay part of Vegas called the Fruit Loop. And you would call the pizza place and they would answer the phone. They go, hi, thank you for calling Mario's in the heart of the Fruit Loop. How big is your sausage? And I'm just like, fuck. But the funniest thing was, here, you know how cheap I am. Because you and your ex-wife were there when I was Hasselhoffing at the Hard Rock Hotel, eating off the room service trays. But I was so cheap. All right, Zombie, say, how cheap were you?
How cheap were you?
I was so cheap at Gypsy, this gay bar right next to my apartment. On Wednesday night, it was underwear night. So if you showed up in your underwear, you could drink for free. Every Wednesday night, I would put on a pair of tighty whities underneath a trench coat and go drink for free at the gay bar right next to my apartment. So that's how cheap Dave was.
Is that place where they had it on Bar Rescue?
But yes. And the owner walked off at the end. Remember, he turned it into the South Beach Social Club, and that owner was gay and drunk all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's going, shake that thing behind the bar, or you're fired. He's like hammered and stuff. That was crazy. Yeah, it's like all these dudes are like in their little t-shirts, they're like tank tops and stuff. It was, oh my God, what a weirdo place. I was in there once when you were there. Or not you weren't there, but I mean it was next to you. I know. Oh my God.
You were in there once. You were in there often.
I was, because Dave didn't pick me up, so I had to go to the gay bar.
Somebody else picked you up.
We've had a lot of fun. I don't know if we're gonna get any. Dude, I thought there was gonna call. Where's everybody? But hold on, I'm not gonna like beg. I want to play something for people though, Dave. Hold on. So let's just get back to this. Dave? Hello? Dave? Hello, Dave? You there?
Thunder Chief.
No, I want Dave on.
Dirty Dave and the Thunder Chief. Dirty Dave.
Hey, Zomby, this is Trevors. Can you put like the picture of Dave in the background?
I don't know if I got one.
Sure you do. Come on,
you can do that, Trevor. You put it on. It's put on share, and
I'm working on the music and stuff.
Oh, of the toughies.
Yeah, it's like you'd be the worst. I mean, producer for piano.
No, yeah, but an hour a day's notice.
You can do it yourself. An hour notice. I gave you 2 weeks.
No, a day. He said he had 10 people lined up to call.
Where's Dave? Now he's got to call back.
Or 15.
Okay.
My brain on fire.
Dave. Well, here I gotta do. I guess I gotta do something. So let's do this. Hey, Dave.
You go. Nope. Dave come back.
Give us any chance, we'll take it.
Dave Lerman Show.
We'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. Nothing's gonna turn us back now. Straight ahead and on.
You're listening to the Dave Lerman Show. Hi. Hang on. You're listening to the Dave Lerman Show.
Let's welcome Cindy Williams.
Cut out.
Yep.
Hi, Miss Williams.
Now.
It is such an honor. Surely you can't be serious. I am in awe.
Cindy.
Well, thank you, Trevor and Dave.
Dave, this guy recording.
Yes.
I remember that was so funny, and that was a good show too. We've done a lot of good stuff from the back in the day.
Yeah, we've. Well, that's what I was thinking about. You're the only guy I know whose history includes me on pay-per-view, a Barry Manilow concert, dinner with my mom thanks to Forrest Gump, and a Disneyland trip cut short due to a backpack full of booze. Oh, and the only time somebody tries to check into a hotel in Vegas without any sort of ID.
Yeah, but I mean, but anyways, this is Trevor's Happy Hour 6. Well, what's the number again, Zombie? Come on, your producer. 657-444-5501. I got a problem with this number because I'm used to 714. But anyway, remember when she said that? See, at least you fessed up to this, Dave. So, hold on. Let me get. This is good.
Lansky's Beauties, I know because Eddie
Lansky's
Mecca, who
Beauties.
played Carmine, was
Right,
in
the Big
Lansky's
Ragu.
Beauty. Right?
Okay.
That's right.
But what about the other one?
Out of the Blue, what was the last one?
Making It with David Naughton.
Making It, I heard of, but not
Okay.
Out of the Blue is like really,
The Jimmy
maybe it
Brogan,
rings
where
a
he played an
distant bell.
angel to Chachi and Robin Williams.
Now, before I get going any further on Trevor's Happy Hour, 444-5501. Zombie, you there?
Yeah.
All right. Now, when we did this, Dave, I'm not sure, Dave, were you like playing the formula or what were you doing?
All I know is I sound really loaded.
You do? But you did fess up to something. Do you remember?
I don't.
Here it comes. This is what you and I go. Here you go.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Cool.
Cindy.
Because I was on the
That
World
is a
Series of
cute-
Pop Culture.
That is-
Dave.
How many people saw that?
Exactly. Cindy,
Nobody did.
Cindy, Dave is the most obscure person in the world. He knows everything about showbiz.
Well,
everything.
I lost $250,000 on that show, so of course but I saw when you and Penny reunited on stage.
We're not there yet. But Dave was talking about you were loaded?
What?
Were you loaded?
Really working hard to follow.
No, I said, were you loaded?
Yeah, you can tell because I'm slurring my words.
Okay, all right. Well, let's finish it. It's
Do
Zombie.
you know I've been sober for 2 months?
Oh man, I wish I was you. I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, I wish I was you. Fuck, man, it is hard.
Yeah, but anyways,
But-
this is
but-
the only
but-
thing.
but the thing was, you know what did it for me? When I was in the hospital, I was on a respirator and a feeding tube, and I had that thing where I was unconscious in a coma, and I can remember when I came out of the coma, my aide was there, and I can actually like remember choosing to go into the light and stuff. It was horrible.
Yeah, and so you were in a coma.
Mhm. I was on full-on kidney failure, and they were giving me dialysis. Finally, let me come back home. I said, you know what? I don't think I want to be in a coma or on dialysis or a feeding tube. Life goes a lot slower when you're not drinking.
Don't worry, I was in rehab up in Beverly Hills.
Well, yeah. Well, you mean Century City?
Century City, but close enough, by Roxbury. You remember that one? And
you were by the log cabin, right?
Yeah, the log cabin. Tell the story.
That's Argus's favorite meeting.
In the Gay and Lesbian Center across the street. I was there too.
Because Trevor's rehab was right between West Hollywood and Century City, right across from the fucking outdoor mall, the Century Plaza. It was actually a nice area because you were down by the Fox Lot in the heart of Century City. You had a lot of tragedy. Like I would talk to Trevor and he goes, "Yeah, this guy I went to rehab with, he died." And I'm going, what does it say for us?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to get sued, but there's like a little bug that's like, they can lift more than their weight. His name was Ant, and he was in there, and he was wacko. And
it's funny you mentioned him. I was on the Gabrielle Cartera show, and the gimmick was he was pro-bisexual, and I was anti-bisexual, and my stance was bisexuals are just greedy, and they need to make up their mind. You can have men or you can have women, but you can't have both. You got to save some for the rest of us. But yeah, and Ant was the guest. I just saw him on Facebook. Can you believe how many comedians we've lost? Gilbert Godfrey, Emo Phillips, Bob Saget. It's just like God goes, no funniness for Earth. I'm taking the comics.
Well, no, it's not that. And this is my opinion on Trevor's Happy Hour, 657-444-5501. I keep saying the number. But my opinion about this is a guy came in yesterday with his little dog, Pauline, little dog Toto. And he comes in here and he goes, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "I only come in when the door's open because I don't want to bother you." And I go, "And then come in."
Is it your apartment?
No, it's at my shop. That's where I'm at right now. And
what's your shop? Wait. You have a shop?
Yeah. It's 20th century nostalgia, and I
memorabilia and baseball. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So he comes in. I mean, there's a lot of guys in here, like bands, and we'll just shoot the shit here. So there's like bands here and people coming and going, and we all look out for each other in here. And guy comes in, he almost lost his leg, he barely can walk, and he has his little dog Toto, and he walks the dog, and Pauline is the name of the dog, but Dragon Lady, I should call her Dragon Lady. And so he comes in here and he's like telling his story, and as we're getting older, we all have a story to tell, but I think that like our generation, Dave, was slighted.
Yeah.
They were. You know why?
How's that?
Because we were given like way too much too early. And it was like, man, we ran the freaking show in the 80s. And
well, wait, it's getting worse. Okay. Because like I said, you're absolutely right. Because like when cable TV took off, I was fucking off to the races and running. We had, 200 channels. And at that point, you're right. We were like entitled. And we were selfish and everything like that. But man, if we could have seen the internet when we were getting excited over cable, shit, with the internet, you could do anything. I mean,
right.
Like I said, I really, capitalized on the cable, and we didn't have the internet. We had the library, and, you had to look shit up and everything like that. But now kids with the internet, even like I was just saying, for 2 years, I didn't leave the house because of the pandemic, and basically between Amazon, Grubhub, DoorDash, and Instacart, you don't have to leave the house. You know?
You don't.
You can literally, I mean, you really don't. I mean, especially like Amazon. I mean, Amazon, or, and any of these services, it was for a while you couldn't get liquor delivered, But back when I was drinking, you could. I used to hate the hours between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. because you just sit there and go, oh fuck, when's 6 a.m. And I don't even know why they do that. It's so stupid. For 4 hours.
I got 2 packages today, and sometimes I just order something to be Mr. Dynamite. Tell that. I got somebody to talk to.
I did the same thing. And, my aide, he was there earlier today. And he says, we should just tell the UPS guy to just hang out for about 5 minutes because chances are you're going to be returning it. and then last time I went to the hospital, I was in the back of the ambulance, and the paramedics were like, because they kept calling me Mr. Dynamite. And I'm going, what's with the Mr. Dynamite? He goes, last time we picked you up, you were naked on the floor. And when we asked your name, you just kept saying, Mr. Dynamite, Mr. Dynamite. And at least you didn't have your lasers going. But apparently the previous time I was so out of it, the only thing I could do is keep repeating James Brown. Have you seen all the new additions I made to my house? Every room has a projection TV in it.
The only thing I did see, you had like some giant Santa Claus in the living room or something, and
yeah, I don't. Well, when I was in the hospital, not this time, but the time before, my attorney sent a cleaning crew in the house, and they killed Santa Claus.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well,
they killed. So yeah. Because remember, I used to do a whole thing, and I'd be like, Alexis, play "Here Comes Santa Claus."
Zombie, do you have Alexis?
No, I used to have a Toyota.
Alexis, play "Here Comes Santa Claus."
See, Zombie, why don't you chime in here? Because see, Zombie always he's really cynical about everything I say and what we say.
Yeah, Zombie used to be much more talkative. Zombie, aren't you happy I'm back on the show? Didn't you miss me?
Sure.
Well,
yeah, could you be a little more enthusiastic?
I'm medicated, so.
Don't put.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, we could have a little chat. So yeah, I've actually been experimenting with the medical marijuana and the edibles. So I get confused, Zombie. Which is better, the indica or the sativa?
Sativa is like more of a body, more of a set you to sleep, and indica is a little more eye trip.
Yeah, I can't really tell the difference.
It's fine.
Yeah, that recreational shit is very expensive.
Brett's in the house, just to tell you. Okay,
I gotta quit smoking. I gotta start eating.
All right. Well, ask Brett. What are the 2 genders?
Brett, what are the 2 genders?
Black and white.
No, those are races. Those aren't genders.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, Brett goes, Tom Likas has Alexis. So, okay. Lucas. I should say Lucas. But that's okay. I mean,
Yeah, that Santa Claus is the bomb. But you should see, in my bedroom, I got a disco ball, and I got red curtains. And then behind the red curtains, I got a bunch of strobes set up. And then I have my bed. Remember those old beds from the 20s with the canopies on it? I had my aide put black mosquito netting all around my bed. And I transferred one room into just a massage room. So it's got a massage table in it. And then in my bedroom, the ceiling is my TV screen. And then in the living room, I've got the laser disco, and the whole back wall is a TV screen. I have this thing, it's called a Nebula. It's a state-of-the-art laser projector. Fucking incredible. It is absolutely incredible.
Can you tell me your story? I mean, about your, okay, so keep going on with yours, because I have another question after this. Go ahead. So you have
and then I converted our library into a museum. So I've got mannequins and all kinds of artifacts going over my career in show business. It's pretty fun.
All right. This is perfect. I want to talk about this. 657 444-5501. Come in the chat room at trevorshappyhour.com and post your comments and call in when we decide, okay? But here's what I want to talk about. Norm Macdonald.
Okay.
Norm Macdonald. Now,
Right.
he did a show. He was always worried about dying, okay? And like,
Yeah.
and he goes, and people go, well, he must live in a mansion and stuff. He goes, no, I live in an apartment, and I don't want to build a mausoleum around myself. And I go, that's the way to go. Like Elon Musk, I don't have a place to live. I don't have nothing. It's like, I mean, you have everything, but you have nothing. It's kind of weird, huh? What do you think about that?
I agree. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a shame, but it's the truth, because like at the end of life, like Sam Kinison, you know, I was there when he died because we were all going to Laughlin, and it's like a guy like that, when he passed away, if like his life flashed before him, he would have been like, man, I did some fucking cool shit, you know. But if the same thing happened to me and you, we'd be like, soon, yeah, we're gonna do some real cool shit soon, you know. Like when my mom was alive, she could never understand why I didn't pursue a solo career, but dedicated myself so much to Doug. If people don't know, Doug was my comedy partner. He was 2'6". He weighed 80 pounds. He was in a wheelchair. And as soon as we got out to Hollywood, it was really apparent that he was going to be, you know, the breakout star of the two of us, because nobody had seen anything like him at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Brett, I mean, it was something very unique and new.
Brett says, why not just own a house? I said, Brett, at the end of your life, but when we get up at our age, it's like everything you own. I had to I'm worried about getting my will to the to have it stamped by the notary. And I go, at what point do you have enough? And I talked to Carl today, and Carl said, Carl Kearns, the nickelshopper.com. And he goes, Trevor, do you know when I knew that what I wanted to be in life? He goes, 3 years old. And I go, man, I didn't even know who I was. I didn't even know who I was at 3 years old. He goes, yeah.
I don't remember 3 years old.
And Carl says to me, he goes, but then Carl likes just to, you know, he likes to poke the bear. You know, so do I, and you, and everybody else. And we're gonna get sued by Stuttering John. And it's just these. Oh God, Stuttering John. What has he become? And it's just what. Anyways, I'll get back to Carl and go. And so Carl says, you know, I go, why did you do all this in your life? And I told Carl that, and he goes, he goes, I already knew. I knew that I was going to do it. And he has like 2 ranches now, and he has this, that, and the other thing. And the money isn't the reason. The money and the house and all that isn't the reason. He goes, because I love it. I just love it.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's the reason you should do things. Just because you love it.
Yeah.
Like Trevor's Happy Hour. Go.
Yeah.
It's becoming very hard. You know, we are getting thrown so much friggin' adversity between the economy. I mean, fuck, man. I don't drive. I got a guy who drives for me. He's always hitting me up for money for gas. Gas is like $6 a gallon, and I don't know.
And how do the Lyft and the Uber drivers afford to even drive? I mean, that's another thing. They don't get paid by Lyft or Uber for the gas.
Right, exactly. Yeah, my medical assistant, he's got a side hustle. He delivers for DoorDash. So this is good to know. This is just a little secret for you, Trevor. DoorDash, all you have to do, no matter how expensive this is a little Dave Lerman cheap Jew trick. No matter how expensive your order is,
mm-hmm.
you just hit the help button and you say it was never delivered, and they refund you the whole thing. No questions asked.
You know what's funny about what you just said? You know what you just said? Well, you're racist against yourself.
Oh, I know. Yeah, exactly. I'm a self-hating Jew. That's right.
Funny. Yeah. like, and that's like we had a guy on the show. What was his name? Zombie, the marijuana guy, compassionate common sense.
Wait, not Mike from Menifee.
No. Lanny
Marijuana.
Yeah.
Lanny Swerdlow, and he got arrested once because he had a picture of himself naked as a little kid, and they said he was a pedophile. And I go,
oh Jesus, oh that is rough. Wow.
So that's me when I was a little boy. Yeah, and he went to jail for it. And wow.
he must have the worst public defender known to man. Can you imagine his cellmate? His cellmate's like, yeah, I'm in here for bank robbery and attempted murder. Why are you in here? And the guy's like, I had a naked picture of myself in my wallet when I was 3 years old. So they said I like to fuck little kids. Fuck, man. And that's having a bad day.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, but he used to show up at those meetings. Like his name, look him up, Lanny Swerdlow. But look, it's all true, and I can't get sued for that.
Wait,
I got umbrella policy, so and anti-slap. So if once you're a famous person, we already figured that one out. We got that one down.
Oh yeah. You saved my life with that anti-slap shit. Okay.
But anyway, I'll tell you what Lanny did. So he used to go to those those Chamber of Commerce meetings where you go up to the podium and you talk about like, I want to smoke weed. I want to smoke weed, and then all this stuff, and then but the guy's running for like government.
Yeah, remember the Reverend Bud Green used to do that.
Yeah, and so, and they took him away, and
wow.
They took him, and he goes, "Don't I have a right to speak?" No, we don't like you because you're a pedophile. And he wasn't even, that was me. And they go, oh, we don't believe it. And then they railroaded this dude. Right, Zombie?
He's like, wait, it was me? What are you, a self-loving masturbatory pedophile? You only get off to naked pictures of yourself? You really are messed up, sir.
Brett goes, even if I had a pic of myself, I wouldn't carry it.
Right. The scary thing is, you know what's running through my head? I go, shit, I have a bunch of naked pictures of myself when I was a kid. For some reason, there's one that I can remember very well. It's me reaching up to the top of the washing machine, and I'm not wearing any pants, so it's from behind. So the shirt comes up, and I'm bare butt, my little dick hanging down, no taller than the washing machine. I guess I'm a pedophile. Oh man, such is life.
Wait a minute.
Crazy. Well, I mean, after this pandemic, nothing surprised me. Hey, I want to wish good luck. Our friend Todd is at the World Series of Poker right now.
Oh, that's where he's at.
And if he wins, he dedicates his win to the puppets. You know what else is funny? You know who else is at the World Series of Poker? Sam Kinnison's old coke dealer. So this drug dealer now is a professional poker player.
And you else was Tom Vu there?
I don't know, but yeah, he's a professional poker player too.
Tom who?
Tom Vu.
Tom who?
The real estate mogul.
Yeah, but Tom who?
Tom who?
I was a Vietnamese boat person. And then I come to America and I get everything I want. Me and Doug, we went to a seminar.
Fake it to make it.
We used to love, we used to love the Tom Booth show because, like, what would happen is between 2 and 6, it was nothing but infomercials. But when Bozo would come on at 6 a.m., we knew we weren't going to bed and we'd have to stay through the next fucking day. It's, can you believe all of the outlaws of comedy are dead?
Wow. Yeah.
Carl, Mitchell, Sam, all those guys.
Well,
but they go ahead.
I mean, it's look. I'm not looking to like off myself. I don't really think that, but you know.
No.
No.
Hey,
I'm not.
Let me ask you something, Trevor. Did you ever like off the cuff, like say something like,
I wish I was dead. And then the next thing you know, you're in the fucking suicide ward in the hospital.
Yep.
You know what lesson I learned from that? Never say I wish I was dead.
No.
They take that shit seriously.
No, but
they put you on a 48-hour hold.
No, 72 for me because they said
Oh, wow.
see, but it's Zombie. Zombie wants to get his voice in here. Okay, Zombie, go ahead.
Oh no, Zombie, you can come in.
I burped.
Yeah. It's like everybody has to get medicated to get on the show. It's kind of weird, but
I know. That's the thing is, I think this is the first time I've ever been on your show sober.
Don't do it again.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not that entertaining when I'm not.
But let's no, that's okay. Hey, Dave, be kind. Rewind.
Yeah. Okay. No, it was this last trip to the hospital was pretty scary.
Yeah, but what I was gonna get to was, back on our day, it was Tom Vu, and we're talking about all these things and all the people dying and everything. And in the hospital, the nurse comes to me and says, "Sir, are you like suicidal?" And she's like, notes. It's like some notepad, right? It's a girl. It's a chick, and there's two of them, and then they're just like writing everything in this spiral notebook. And I go, well, yeah, I guess someday I'm gonna die. And they go, uh-oh, he's a risk. We're gonna have to put you on 7 hold. And I go, wait a minute. I mean, I'm old age, and I mean, it wasn't like,
right.
And you have to watch what you say in this society.
Oh, you're not. Yeah, you're not kidding. I mean, it is really bad. Like, cause I was with my hip, I was a fall risk. So like, I had even like, say I tried to get out of my bed by myself, just to go to the bathroom, or just to get out of my bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I was a fall risk. 48 hours of I was strapped to the bed with a nurse by my side because they were worried about me, walking and falling. And it was different. Like when we were growing up, the nurses, were all like into caring and helping people. All my nurses are like, yeah, I'm just doing this nursing duty so I can get a license to Botox. And I'm going like, whoa. But, hey, when you were in the hospital, were your nurses pretty hot? I had the hottest effing nurse.
Wow, I had this conversation today too. Like dudes and women are different in the hospital, and like old people. Like Brenda's in the hospital right now because she has pneumonia, and she's over there in San Gabriel Valley somewhere. And you know what? I mean, it's just she goes, yeah. I mean, but like guys, like, did you have people wipe you? She goes, I do it myself, and I go.
Oh no! It was like a Broadway show every time I shipped my bed. Man, I would have two girls in there with a fucking hose and scrubbing, quicker picker up her bounty. Oh, that was the best part. Once I fucking got home.
Yeah, but it's like they would clap. They go, oh, "That's a good one," and that was like they took a dump in that.
Yeah. There was one nurse that called herself the condom whisperer. Because she could put a catheter on like it was a magic trick. Like she would just grab your dick, and when you have a catheter, it goes inside a condom. So it's like a condom with a catheter in it. And this chick fucking was like the MacGyver of fucking dick catheters. And she's like a German chick, which was really weird. A German chick trying to put a condom catheter on a Jewish guy's dick.
Right.
All right. You don't have any relatives named Adolf.
Did the nurses like you?
Yeah. Well, okay. This is the funniest part because, like, when I came in, I was in pretty bad shape, and
anybody can call 657-444-5501. Can anybody? Well, let's have a telephone, and we get zombies.
Yeah. You gotta send me beer. I'll test all your beer and then we'll do a show. Send me all your money today. Oh,
$20, $20, you know.
that's it for me.
But what do you want to do? I mean, Zombie,
I'm done.
You're done? You're recording again?
Yeah, but you can keep recording. I'll just hang up.
No, you're not. You're never done.
I'm done today.
Oh, we got the Dave Lerman.
Who else is going on?
What else is going on? Some Mexican lady comes over here and like cleans the bathroom, and she forgot to put. She didn't even put in like a big roll of toilet paper. So now it's like, I mean, everybody is like half-assed, dude. I mean, and literally, I mean, they have the thing with the toilet paper machine, and she's like, "Oh, senor." Oh, senor, that's like the water on the floor. That's like wet. Watch your step. And I walk in there and I go, yeah, okay, where's the towels and the toilet paper? And she just cleaned it. And I go, see, the whole world is half-assed right now, Zombie. You know, and nobody cares. Everybody's out for a buck. They're robbing Peter to pay Paul. I can't believe we did the show and like only Dave shows up and nobody. It used to be like I would get listeners, and I've even like promoted it, but nobody wants to get on this show. I think they're afraid of me. There's something.
Next time,
I think I have.
Everybody in your contact list and send them a message.
I did. I've done it all. It's just. I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's okay though. I mean, at least I'm getting the answer I wanted from everybody. That just go away. That's what I'm gonna do then, I guess. Look at Brett. Brett's coming back again. See, everybody's busy. Busy. Come on, busies. You don't do anything. Okay. I'm gonna sue you in court. Brett.
All right. I'm going to bring Zombie the Wolf with me.
Yeah.
That's right.
No. He's gonna be taking a nap.
You're a bag.
What?
You're a bag. You're listening to Trevor's Happy Hour. If you don't like it, you're a bag.
I told you about that, right?
What?
I had a door-to-door salesman come in here with like a cowboy hat, a Mexican guy, and yesterday with a flyer, and he wanted me to like fix my printer for $149.
That had something to do with that.
Huh?
So I was talking to my roommate.
No. But anyway, but he like gave me a flyer, and he goes, "We're gonna sell you a policy to fix my printer." I mean, the printer's worth like what, $50 or something, and it's like $149, and then I got to pay like $10 a month. I mean, to maintain it, and I go, I just buy a new printer, dude, and I go, you better get a new job, and so then I go, I got his flyer, right, and it has his number on it, and he goes, well, what do you do? He goes, there's a microphone. He starts asking questions, right? Everybody asks questions.
Yeah.
And I said, you want to know what I do? Listen, this is what I did.
You're listening to Trevor's Happy Hour, and if you don't like it, you're a fag.
And I go, do you want to be advertised on the show? And he goes, he took his flyer, he like snatched it up. He goes, no, thank you, I'm out of here. Right?
Tell him that you sell wine and there's bugs in it.
Oh man, we're out of fashion anymore. We're not like, it's not like us anymore. It's like, I'm not gonna be politically correct, and Zombie's gonna sleep, and everybody's gonna have their nightmares.
Did Dave Lerman already go off the show?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's okay. I mean, see, Zombie doesn't like it. Zombie doesn't like it when somebody else is on the show because he wants to be the number one guy. And right, Zombie?
I don't think so.
What do you think, Zombie? You ready?
You there?
and watch my own.
The poor man's here and he's not going away.
He's gone.
With beautiful girls and so much to say. Good advice without a price, and he'll make you feel at home. Poor man, poor man, poor man, poor man's radio invasion.
Sing it, Brett.
I love that song.
Rock and roll bands every day. You can smoke a little of that Mary Jane. Celebrities, all that you need. Just call him on the phone. Poor man, poor man, poor man, poor man's radio invasion.
Hey, Trevor.
Hang on. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
How come only you and I see the greatness in that song and no one else sees it? Why is it only you and I know what's for real?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you the greatness. Spencer Livingston. Living More is the name of his band. Zomby and I saw him, but I'll tell you the greatness of it is he was fresh. He hadn't hadn't had a band or anything. And I just said, here's what you need to talk. I just go talk about like the beach and sex and I just gave him like bullet points, right? Like Poor Man would say, I got a one sheet. You know, Poor Man would always go, I got a one sheet. Here's all the bullet points, what you need to do. And because he's lazy, right? Well, I'm gonna say I am too, but and he gave it to him, and he had like laryngitis when he did it.
Yeah, I think he said it was kind of a joke to him. He didn't know if it was real or not.
I know, but he did it, and I go, wow. I mean, and he said his throat was recovering from laryngitis. I mean,
I don't know why no one else sees the greatness in that song. How come it's only you and I? I don't know why. It's a badass song, man. Not even Poor Man doesn't get it.
Nah, Poor Man burns his own bridges.
Yeah, he does.
But
that's one of the best songs. That song just kicks ass.
Let's finish it up. Hey, Brett, do you think we can get I don't think we can get copyright infringement on this because we made it, huh?
I don't think you're okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like it doesn't have like licensing or anything. Have you noticed these podcasting idiots? They like not me, but most of them.
Yeah.
They like play music, but they talk over it so that YouTube or whatever can't catch them and delete their music. I mean, what is that all about? Just like I'm doing right now. I'm watching this way this world is. It's like they're gonna catch you and they're gonna go, oh yeah. But if it doesn't sound like the whole song, you just like pause it in the middle and say something. That's what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm doing it.
You know what what some of the cops do when the cops are being videotaped and they don't want to be on YouTube? One copy played music off his iPhone, and so the music will go on YouTube, and YouTube will pick it up and they'll block out the cop who doesn't want to be on YouTube.
Wow.
The cops got smart. He's like, I don't want you recording me out in public. We'll go, well, the First Amendment auditor is like, well, I'm going to do it. The cop says, okay, I'll turn on my phone, put on some whatever music there is, and you can record me playing Eminem. And then when you put on YouTube, YouTube will catch it and black it out. And that's what I guess it worked.
Wow. I mean, and everybody's like, everybody's looking out for their back now. And Zombie, were you there with me when I was at Harvey's in Anaheim? You know where you like hit on that chick? Remember that?
No.
You gave her a French kiss or whatever. But it was another time. But and Brett, you know, and
Yes.
the police were out there arresting somebody like that was like it was a domestic violence or domestic abuse or whatever. And
Oh,
and
yeah.
and then the guys at the bar put on NWA F the police, and they just like put it on like it was on rotation, dude. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
over and over and turn it up, and it was like these cops were so mad. It's like you know the song, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
Trevor, that's what you told. You should have told the Anaheim police that one time at the fire station. Fuck the police. But
no, I don't know. It's just I was hung.
I support the cops, but I'm not a fan of the cops so either. Sometimes I think, I don't. I'm not full gear. I'm not full fifth speed with them. I like, you know what? I try to avoid the cops now because I'm the kind of hasn't done anything, and I'll still get in trouble just because out of convenience. You know, I had the cops. Do you want me to tell you what happened with me and the Japanese chick? Did I ever tell you?
No, go ahead.
Her and I went to Thunder Valley Casino up here, and she wanted to go and play the slot machines. And I said, you go on ahead. I'm going to take a little nap in the car. So an Asian chick exits a car, and there's a white guy at the steering wheel waiting in the car. And I woke up, and I'm playing on my phone a little bit, and then the cops roll up at me and start jacking me up. Well, who what's your name, sir? What are you doing? I'm like, I'm waiting for my friend. Who's your friend? I go, I don't have to tell you. What are we doing? And so they think I'm prostituting because a white guy sitting in the car, an Asian chick gets out of the car, and I'm waiting in the car. And so then I showed him my badge. I said, look, dude, I'm clean, dude. I'm not prostituting. My friend's coming back out. Are you still there?
Yeah, they're like getting a collar on you or whatever. What do they call it, a collar?
And then what I did was they let me go. Emily, let's get the fuck out of here. And she's all, why? I go, let's go. Oh, they said security called. So I go to the security desk. I go, you know what, you guys? I go, where's the lead security guy? He goes, right here. I go, did you call the cops on me sitting in your parking lot? And he's like, no. I go, next time if you did that, that's bullshit. And they said, we didn't. So the cops lied. So then I call the watch commander, and the watch commander goes, I'm so sorry. And he goes, I'll take care of it. So he ran down there and ripped those guys. I guess he ripped their asses pretty good, according to him. And then he calls me back, and we're at dinner at Lucille's barbecue, and he says, I'm so sorry. I went down to talk to them and reviewed some stuff with them. And now that mid-level manager sheriff, he's running for sheriff now. He got my vote. And so, but when you get the watch commander calling you back, apologizing, I said, I appreciate you guys doing a good job, but at least get on video her going up an elevator and going into a room. Just an Asian chick exiting the car by itself is not that's not enough probable cause or reasonable suspicion to think that I'm prostituting her. You know?
Yeah. Well,
and then she died 2 years later.
But I mean, that's what Ted Bundy did. You know, I mean, he did that kind of stuff too. Like, you know, probable cause, and like I didn't do nothing. And he had handcuffs in his Volkswagen Beetle. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like I understand where the cops are coming from. It's like, you know, you don't know, huh?
Where I live, the sheriff deputies, they like to fish. Like I'll sit in my car at midnight, at 11 o'clock at midnight in a car in a parking lot, and they come up and start jacking me up because they're bored. Why is a guy sitting in his car at 11 o'clock at night looking at his phone? Well, because I was bored. I just got out of a date or something, and I wanted to look at my phone.
It's like Can Man. You know, Can Man, it's twoo. It's twoo. I mean, but it's you're facing life. You know what? I want my lawyer. I mean, why are all of these podcasts now on Trevor's Happy Hour? Calling it 657-444-5501 if you want. And why are all these like, you know, the people that are on the internet doing podcasts are either homeless, they just got out of prison, and they're like the mafia people. I mean, it's like, huh? What?
I don't know. Well, there's a lot of people doing podcasts. I don't know.
Well, that's what all.
What podcasts you're watching?
Well,
Fucking
you're gonna
Tom
post
Likas. The Tom Likas podcast failed. I don't think he's doing it anymore.
No, but see, Zombie, you're gonna post this so somebody can watch it later and sue me. All right?
No, I'm not.
You already said you would.
Well, I'm saying I'm not. I like that.
You're under contract, dude.
You send me the money. Send me the money.
Show
I
me
did.
the money.
$20 is $20.
Show me the money.
I'll give you $1,000.
You can look at them later on and tell me which one you want to post it, because there's going to be like 3
I
or 4.
want them all in the stream.
That's tough shit. You ain't getting them all. I'm not
Trevor, Trevor,
putting
what
all
does
4
Zombie-
together.
Trevor, what does Zombie's T-shirt say? I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Zombie will put him together. He still owes me money.
Nope. I transferred all my debt to Mike. Mike now owes you.
Well, I'm recording though.
Yeah, where's Mike? Where's Mike? Is he just off the cliff now, or what?
I'll talk about it if you want. What do you think, Zombie? He's
I'm not really listening to what you're talking about now, so.
Yeah, because Zombie already knows this question and the answer, but yeah, he became an asshole when he got his job full time, and now he's like backpedaling and I don't want to bash him too much.
Okay.
But anyways, and he's like, I don't have time for you guys, and I go, but Mike, I mean, just like 5 minutes or anything. It's just he like, I'm full time. But in the end, I think he's a cork in a boat, and I think they're just like paying him just to keep the boat afloat until they find somebody else. Is what I think. That's what I think, Mike.
Well, he's got talent. They need his talent though.
He does, but he doesn't have people skills.
Well, he needs to work on that, man. You know what? He needs to learn how to control his dick too. Like, I hook up with chicks and I do this and that, but it sounds like he needs a little help in that area. You know, you just gotta you can't get drunk.
You know, he does pretty good. He goes to nudie colonies.
And he steals he steals my credit card and he buys like dildos and stuff on it when I'm in the hospital. Yeah, it's all true.
You know what though? You know what? I mean, I understand. I'm not bagging on Mike. I get where he's coming from, but here's where he's coming from. He wants to hook up with the hot chick, right? But you got to bring your game. Water seeks its own level. You got to bring what you're looking for. If you want a high quality, date a good girl, a high quality or something, you can't be a clown and I live in a closet. You got to upgrade. You know,
Brett, that's what you want. That's not what he wants. He wants anything that has a hole between their legs. That's what he wants.
But
they could be 100. They could be 100. They could be 100 years old if he can get them. You know.
Yeah, but he's still got to polish his game up. And regardless, you got to polish your game up and just, have some game and have some class a little bit and just bring it to the table. I mean, even like the minimum, I know guys like, I can't find a nice woman. I go, are you working out? Well, I can't afford a gym membership. Well, go like I do. I walk a track because I like to walk the track, and I'll still go to the gym. But you got to bring something to the table. It just doesn't magically happen.
Well, yeah, but when you get old like us, I mean, we're like old young people, right? That's what I think. And when you get old, I mean, you still have to try. And my sister calls and says, and they don't want to be on the radio. They don't want to talk, or they don't want to like have any conversation. Nobody wants to talk on the phone. Nobody wants to do anything. They just want to sit back and text you. And I go, fuck you. I'm not texting no more. I mean, it's like, if you want to talk to me, talk to me. And it's just bullshit. I mean, this whole thing, it's like everybody is in hiding for something. And Zombies in the same way. I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah, but Zombie plays it straight though. He's not out trying to score, this or that. Zombie just cruises through life and is Zombie.
I know, but
I'm always gonna back Zombie no matter what.
I know, but he's lost his mojo when it comes to the show.
Well, I don't know.
And Irving's gone. Kimberly's homeless.
Yeah, where's Irving? I see him online. I see him on Facebook, but where is he?
I know he's on right now. He's on too. But I think he's like living like I don't know. Maybe he's in prison. I don't know what happened to the guy, but he doesn't answer anything. And he called me one night drunk and like it's like it's babble, and I got this whole problem and I don't know. I mean, but I guess that the whole thing, when things have to end, they got to end. I just kind of I wanted to wrap this show up in a little bow. I think I'm not sure, but I think that's where it's at now. No, but
It is what it is, man. It is whatever you do. Like, I just say, I'm just talking about Michael. I think he can still, I mean, just get his life on track. You got a good job now. Get an apartment or whatever. Just, it's not hard to do. I went from zero.
Oh, you mean the engineer, not the other one, the one with spinning the sign. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know all the story here, but I just hope Mike will get, he's in a good spot, and I want everyone to get their life better.
But what do you think about posing?
Posing what?
Posing to get a job, and you're not what you're cracked up to be. You know what I mean?
I mean, people figure out your bullshit right up front. They, chicks figure out your bullshit, and I don't know, man. You just got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do it to get ahead,
I don't know. I've never been
trying to
fired.
work on.
I've never been fired.
I have stuff. I have stuff I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do stuff in my life. I just don't want to sit idle and wait for shit to happen. I want to get out and make stuff happen. So, I'm just a firm believer that you get where you want to get by hard work. You got to work hard to get to where you want. I don't know any other way.
Are you gonna bow to the man?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Well, that's exactly what I mean. You're gonna bow to the man so you can get a paycheck?
I guess so. I guess you kind of got to. I mean, I'm trying to. The Vegas thing was a great opportunity, but I really wanted to go to the Reno thing, and Reno is now here, and so I don't know. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get ahead. I mean, you just can't sit around and wait for nothing to happen. You got to grind it out.
But when you get ahead, is personnel coming out of me again? When you get ahead, and then you said they're gonna figure out your bullshit, dude. And
I'm talking about chicks, though. I'm talking about chicks, though. If he's trying to date a chick,
I'm not talking about chicks. I'm talking about employers. I mean, they'll figure out if you're full of shit.
But yeah, I'm talking about. But when I said that, I was talking about dating up front. Just
Zombie.
What?
Zombie, do you have any insight into this?
What?
I mean, Zombie goes on his like a website back in the day, and he goes, AutoZone sucks. Go ahead.
What?
Tell the story.
About what?
AutoZone sucks. Tell her how it came about.
I got fired by AutoZone.
What? You do know.
What the hell has that got to do with the last sentence that was being said?
We're talking about employers like calling bullshit on you. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm done.
See, that's the thing, Brett. Nobody wants to fess up to anything anymore, and that's where the show's gone down the toilet because everybody is protecting their own rights and stuff. And it's like that's not the show, and I just don't know if I want to do this anymore because
that's what you said last week. We're here.
No, but I mean, I thought maybe something would change, but I don't think it's going to change. What do you think?
No, it's not. Not unless you change it, Trevor.
To what? I mean, I'm going to. You want me to be?
What? We've had this discussion many, many times, Trevor. Many fucking times.
But it's it's not the way you want it.
It's not the way you want it.
But
it goes right back to the way it is.
I had a better conversation today with Carl in an hour than I had on the show.
Well, isn't that nice? How'd that make you feel, Brett? How'd that make you feel, Dave?
No, but Carl was honest and open with me. And I think everybody has something to hide. Go ahead, Brett.
Well, can I go back to something? Like,
Go ahead, Brett.
this sounds weird, but I like auto parts. I'm into mechanicals, engine stuff, and like I do a lot of mechanical stuff. If I worked at AutoZone, I find that if Zomby worked at AutoZone, I find it interesting. I know it probably didn't, it didn't pan out or whatever he wanted. But like, if I did work there, I find that interesting work. I'm just throwing that out there. I like to work. I'm not a mechanic, but I like to work on cars and pop a hood and see what's wrong. I'm just throwing that out there because you mentioned AutoZone. I know Zomby had to move on to what's best for him.
I mean, Zomby goes around like telling people what they do wrong, but he doesn't like look at himself and say he didn't want to follow policy, right, Zomby?
I don't.
Wow. Zombies recording. I don't know what he's doing. Trying to get me like
the number came as up as spam risk on my cell phone. I'm like trying to reprogram this right now.
I can't find it where it's recording.
It said something zombies. Oh, I'm just looking at your thing, but anyways. So I mean, we can't go backwards. I mean, you want to talk to Valerie?
No.
Trevor's gonna. I mean, Zombie's gonna say no.
Zombie has said no to anything unless it's him. He'll say.
Well, I would say no only because if she's around boring, depressing people, I don't want her to bring that up.
She thanks me for calling her because she has to deal with that idiot. You know,
it's getting monotonous for her. I guess maybe as long as she doesn't bring in all this dark information. I like that. I like to hear something fun and lighthearted. I don't want to hear about.
I mean, she wants me to raise money for her, and I can do something. But what do you think?
Oh, you mean she wants you to do a marathon for her?
Yeah, she wants me to like do a telethon or something. I don't know what she wants, but let's find out what she's up to.
All right.
Zombie's going, oh, you're just making fun. I'm not making fun. I mean, she enjoys talking. Right, Zombie? So
Actually, I have to go someplace. I got to listen to one show right now at 10 o'clock. It's once a week. So I will come back as soon as I see what's going on over there.
Can you just say hi before you? Can you say hi before you go? Say hi to her.
Okay, I will.
All right, let's. Oh gosh, we talked about Judy too. We don't want to get into that. Oh, Ken Pellman's on now. He was occupied in the bathroom. Okay, oh, forget him. So, yeah, at least they're listening. Where is she? Collie duty. Hold on. Trevor's happy hour. This is funny. Zombie doesn't like. I don't know why Zombie keeps coming back for more abuse. It's kind of weird.
He's recording for you. Isn't that what he's doing? It's his job.
Yes, he tells me to fuck off all the time.
Yeah, if I posted the first three, I can't find the fourth.
I never know if Zombie's telling the truth or not. He's always running in circles.
Yeah. Well, I gotta go this time, you guys.
Trevor. Maybe he's just
It's 7 o'clock. I'll talk to you later, Trevor. I posted the first 3 hours, 20 or whatever. I can't find another one. So it should still be recording on your end. Bicycle, bye, Pauline, or Dragon Lady.
All right, have a good night.
Good night, Trevor. Talk to your mom. Bye.
You know, that's kind of painfully obvious. You got to get your shit together. I tell people, if you want to succeed in life or business or a job, what do you bring to the table? You know, okay, I think I'm awesome in my own little life. Well, I mean, what does Mike bring to the table? You got 2 DUIs. What else? Education, training, experience. You got to sell yourself. What if you want to succeed? You got to grind it out, put some work in, right?
Right. I mean, quit feeding the cats, the dead rats, and everything else. I got skunks. Here. I mean, like at the nighttime, they're like nocturnal, right?
Yeah.
And I talked to the guarder. He's like, "Hey, senor, you want to see where they live?" And I go, "Yeah, show me." And he's like laughing. He goes, "You better watch out." And they bury themselves in the ground and stuff. But I like skunks. You know what? skunks are cool because
No, they aren't.
they eat up all the vermin, and they eat all the farmers like skunks because they they're territorial, right?
No, you know what? I live in the country. You know what they do? You hear them out at night, and you smell they're out skunking and spraying. And you know, if you go out or you have a dog, you know, I know guys. I read online. Guys will go out and shoot the skunks.
Well, what about raccoons?
Fuck those guys too, man. They're a problem. I haven't shot any of those guys. I know a dispatcher. She was on her front porch and she heard someone eating her cat. This cat was fighting with the raccoon, and she opened the door and the skunk or the raccoon stood up straight like he was going to get her, and she pulled out a .22 rifle and she shot him in the chest and she killed him like right on. You know,
Is it against the law to kill them?
Well, I don't know, but it probably goes by county to county. But I wouldn't brag about it. If you killed one, don't say anything.
My grandfather had a cat trap in the backyard, and any cat comes on his lawn, they're like going into the river in Downey, you know, real Hondo.
I know people. I know a girl back east. She said she'll do a trap, and she'll trap the raccoon, and then she drowns them. I go, that's kind of a mean way to. I'd rather pop them in the head with a .22. Drowning, if you drown, that's cruel, man. To drown an animal like that, I can imagine drowning. That would suck. I'd have to do a quicker death and just pop him in the head.
That's what my dad used to do with mice. He used to hit them with a hammer on the head and blast them and throw them in the trash.
Well,
yeah.
I don't want to kill animals. Last thing I killed was a rattlesnake.
But the animals need to know their space too, right, Zombie?
Yeah.
And that's why I like the skunks, because the skunks don't bother me. I don't bother them. And I can like walk past a skunk, and as long as they're afraid of me as much as I'm afraid of them. And I just like walk by like I don't even notice them, and they just don't touch me. Right?
You know, I think I see the skunks walking around at night, skunking around, and when I drive my car past them, then they raise their tail. So I'm like, oh, I try to scoot past. I don't want to get my car sprayed.
No, but once they see fear, once they see that you're afraid of them, then that's when they like start to attack. I think they just wander around like you're nobody, and I don't think they'll attack you. What do you think, Zombie?
Yeah.
You got to agree with me. That's what Zombie always does.
Yeah.
I just rather leave them alone. Stupid skunks.
Yeah, look. I'm doing like content, and yes, look, skunks and the Mexican guy that didn't put toilet paper in. I mean, what? It's not about my life, but it is about everybody's life. You know, you go into like a John and like AMPM or wherever, and you see like a big turd floating around from some homeless guy, and it's just the whole world is messed up. What do you think?
Well, one, be glad you're not homeless. Like Poor Man used to say, you're one paycheck away from being homeless. You know, one thing Poor Man did like the homeless people. I agree with him. I feel for the homeless people.
Well, so do I. I don't think the homeless people, not all of them. No. I do care about them, and I give them money all the time. And I'm not trying to like brag or anything. It's just, you know, I mean, here's like $5. Go to McDonald's. But I don't know. I don't care what they do with it. I mean, my mom says, you know, oh, you're just feeding their drug habit. My sister says that too. And I go, no, I mean, I tell them what I want them to do, but they don't do it. That's like Mike the engineer. I mean, I tell them, I'm giving you the money to do this. Quit paying overdraft fees on your checking account and keep like getting in like debt. I mean, you could pay your whole fee to the bank. I mean, and overdraft fees because you're always like 50 cents short. What do you think about that?
That's poor money management, man. If you're doing that, you better get your shit together. And that's what I'm talking about. It's expensive to live in Orange County. You got to look at the root of the problem, man. It's like if you're doing overdraft protection, go to a credit union or put some money away in the savings so it goes to the savings. If someone, Mike or someone's doing that, you got to fix that. That's not the way to live, man. You got to start thinking
I gave him the overdraft fee, and I said,
"Well, Trevor, if he's 48, what's he going to do at 58 and 64, 68? But the dude's got to get his shit together eventually. I mean,
but don't you think
your parents?
But don't you think
his parents were homeless? You got
Thank you.
You got to do better than your parents, right?
Don't you think
Zombie,
this
Zombie, jump in on here. Jump on this, Zombie.
no,
What?
Zombie doesn't have an opinion about anything.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, Zombie just like rips me because I have an opinion. But you really think, Zombie, that Carl and I have what we have, whatever it is? I mean, we have something. We made it on our own, and it's like
No, you didn't. Someone gave it to you.
bullshit, you asshole.
It wasn't
Someone
last-
helped Trevor. All of us have been helped.
No, you didn't. You didn't work with shit. It was given to you.
The only thing that
You did not work with shit. It was given to you. When's the last time you made some sweat?
see, there it is. See, Zombie's a liberal. I get it right now.
Oh no, I'm a liberal. You might want to look that word up.
How do you
So when's the
know?
last time you worked? When's the last time you raised a
I
sweat?
work every day. I make money.
When's
What do
the
you?
last time you raised a sweat?
The sweat has nothing to do with it. I work
Yeah,
smarter.
it does. When's the last time you worked?
I work smarter, not harder.
When's the last time you worked?
I'm not a mule, dude.
Well, you didn't work. It was given to you. You lucked out.
What do you mean? I did not. See,
You
Brett.
lucked out. You pushed the right button on the computer. You got stock right. Right? You gave them the baseball cards, right?
But who made the call?
Did you go out and buy the baseball cards?
Did you? Yeah, I did. I actually bought a guy out who had I bought a guy who had cancer. I bought him out, and he
You
died.
what, your bicycle there and everything?
Yeah, but you have the money to buy him.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I mean, you got to make the right. I told Carl today. I go, Carl, you made all the right moves. He goes, yeah. And I don't think
Yeah,
Carl.
but Trevor, like I said before, though, Carl had grinded it out. He's worked hard. He's had multiple jobs, but he's worked hard. At least he went into the military, and he built his life up. You know.
I don't think Zombie's ever worked a day in his life.
Zombie was in the Air Force. I'm pretty sure he put some time in there.
He wanted out. He wanted to smoke his weed.
I worked every day.
Huh?
I worked every day. I had to do something for somebody every day. I had to do what I was told every day.
Well, can the Zombie do
Every
it?
day. I didn't get to tell people what to do. I was told every day what to do.
Zombie, do it. Zombie,
I
do it.
have customer service every day.
Then
Every
do it
day.
right now. Do it now.
Every day. Not just when I felt like it, but every day.
So did I.
Are you talking about
So
Zombie?
I
You
don't
talking
have
about
to do it. No,
AutoZone
you
or the Air
didn't.
Force?
No, you didn't.
Zombie,
Zombie, you don't even know.
When's the
Zombie,
last time you did?
You don't even
When's
know
the last
about
time
my
you punched
past.
the time card?
You're
When's the
you're
last time you
you're a
punched the
freaking
time
liar, dude. You're a liar. You
When's
don't
the
know.
last time you punched a time card?
1998.
There you go.
And you know what?
How long was that? How long ago was that?
I had a guy tell me anybody
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
anybody can earn
Let me
their.
ask you, did you get
Shut
fired?
up, Zombie.
Did you quit?
Anybody
Did you
that
get fired
can
or
earn,
did you get
hey,
quit?
anybody that can earn.
Did you get fired or did you quit?
No, I never got fired. I mean, I walked into the owner and I go, I think I make more money on my own than I working here. He goes, I respect you. He goes, because, and somebody told me, they go, if you can make your own paycheck, you got to be respected. I mean, it's like, and somebody doesn't have to like, you have to enter somebody's thumb.
You have no business talking shit about other people, Trevor.
No, it's not that. It's like, well, somebody has to say something. What do you think, Brett?
No, they don't have to say anything unless it affects you. They don't have to say anything at all. Is he your child?
You're doing it right now.
Because you drive me fucking nuts.
Brett.
I can't, Trevor. I'm trying to.
Everybody
follow
this, everybody that.
No, I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying
You
people
know,
don't. People don't want to work for a living.
What
even
people?
If, no, I don't want to dig ditches, Zombie. What do you want me to do?
Some people don't want to work for a living.
Hey, Brett, do you feel you can work for a living by not doing any work? I do, with your mind. Go ahead.
I have to. No, I have to. I believe in hard work for rewards for a paycheck. I mean, you gotta whatever you do. I believe in working hard. I believe in working hard. I've worked. If you saw Trevor, you saw my background. I've worked hard my whole life.
Yeah.
Going to school and grinding it out. And that's just the only way I know.
But what if I make more than you by using my brain?
So what?
I do what you got to do. I mean, do what you got to do at all. But I'm okay.
Okay,
with
but
that.
I'm just saying.
Compare your life to somebody else.
Who are you to judge anybody?
Exactly, Trevor.
but Trevor, I'm not judging. I'm saying what works for me.
I just called him
But
a
like,
mule. I just say you're a mule. You're a worker bee. That's what I
Okay.
say.
And
hey,
that's kind
but
of
you know what though?
judgmental,
Hey,
don't you
Trevor.
think?
Hey, Trevor, I'll admit one thing though. I've worked in public safety my adult life, just like the Eagles song.
Yeah.
I made my living off of other people's taxes. That's true, but I worked hard to get there, and I was a better candidate, a better employee than someone else. When I tested for this Las Vegas job, out of 150 people, I scored number 1 because I worked really hard. 150 applicants, I was number 1.
Do you think that
Now,
Howard Stern, his 500 million he worked for?
well, he did. He worked. He put in. He started at the very bottom and worked his way
He
up.
had a
Nothing
limo.
overnight.
He had a limo that picked him up every morning. The limo
So
driver.
you didn't get that from day one.
And he was
Trevor,
like,
Trevor,
huh?
it's Trevor. Wait, Trevor, you can't. When it comes to Howard Stern, you see him as a whole picture. You can't separate. You got to separate. If you watched his movie, he started from the very dirt bottom, and put the time in and worked his way up.
But he never did. He never did any physical labor.
Doesn't matter. He's a talent. He did
That's
what
what
he
I'm
had
trying
to
to
do.
say.
It wasn't handed to him.
No,
it wasn't hand. Trevor, it
Put the
wasn't
time
handed
and
to
sweat
him.
into it, Trevor.
It was his brain.
He
Yeah.
also had a wife. You know what, Trevor? He also had a loyal wife that stood behind him. That was kind of his foundation, like it or not. So
Then he got
And
rid.
he was also extremely lucky.
Yeah, he was lucky, but he brought talent to the thing though. He did. You know, he said, like he said in the movie, I don't want to be that one of those DJs going from station to station around the country.
And look, see, Zombie doesn't like this conversation because he's trying to he's trying to bury me, I think.
But Trevor, why do you bring up Howard Stern every time? I don't know why you were so into Howard Stern so
Because
much.
I'm just saying. I mean, these radio people like Lickass and everybody, you know, they never abided by their contracts. I mean, they dug a ditch. They never did anything. And you guys are talking about I work for my
How
money.
do you know though? You don't. Who are you talking? You don't know what everyone's done.
I do know. I do know.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You don't. I think now we're talking about Mike the
You
engineer.
didn't know what you told.
I think Mike the engineer needs to get it together and start doing a better job.
Yeah, but he wants to be paid for moving a box like what he does for the radio station and like pushing a button. And that's
You know what,
like
though, if he sits down and fucking brings it and does a good fucking job, then I mean, I got paid 6 figures to be a janitor. I was a janitor in a fire station, and I liked cleaning the fire. I was a janitor, but it's because I earned that position and to work hard to get it.
You think I was a good human resource guy?
I don't know, Trevor. You're not there. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think
The Zombie will say I was
I don't
horrible. But he wasn't there, but he'll say I'm horrible.
Why are we doing more self promotion though?
I'm not doing self promotion. I'm just saying. But if somebody's gonna attack me, I mean,
who's attacking you though? Who's attacking you?
Zombie is. He's attacking me.
Well, he's criticizing you because he wants to do a different show than what you've done for the last 6 years.
Then Zombie, do your own zombie show, and I'll come on as a guest.
No, he's not asking you. He's not saying, "Do you think I should do my own show?"
Zombie doesn't have the balls to like do his own show.
It's not the topic though. The topic is
The balls to hang up in about 5 minutes.
He thinks Zombie and I both agree you should probably do some show prep and bring some structure to the show instead of just winging it every time.
Instead of the same shit over and over and over and over. I'm drunk, I don't care. But Trevors is old and
And I'm gonna say something. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter what I'm doing right now. I like this show.
Why are you doing it?
Shut up, Zombie. This show has been therapy for me. It's been therapy.
Yeah, Trevor, but then it goes off the show, though. I mean, it hasn't been consistent.
No, because I get to learn like all these people, and I'm gonna go out and give them $20 is $20, and I'm not even worried about it. It's just I think my audience is just like dying on the vine. I mean, but Brett, let me ask you this question: like when a kid goes, health is wealth, okay, Marco, and then he's 27, he gets into fentanyl, and like 2 weeks later he's dead, and I go. And this guy's telling me how to live without drinking and stuff. I go, this is insane. I mean, this guy's telling me how to live, and I'm going, well, now he's dead, and he's my friend. And I go, I don't know. What do you think about that?
It sounds like some guy gave you some advice, and I just passed on it. I don't know. I'm not sure what to tell you on this.
No, but who's the guy giving me advice when he's dead? 2 weeks later.
I don't know, Trevor.
Of like doing drugs. He's doing drugs. See, this is it, the whole thing is a big scam.
Well, I've got enough today, guys. I got to get going.
Hey, Trevor, the guy, there's a guy named Alex John.
Out of Dodge.
He's a basic and founding Bon Jovi member died. Man, I like Bon Jovi because this guy just died. A Bon Jovi member just died. Fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, Trevor, why don't you cover a topic instead of being a human resource? Why don't you cover a topic? Hey, this guy just died, man. Anyone here like Bon Jovi? You know, why don't you cover a topic?
Okay, I would. I mean, I can do it right now if you want.
Shoulda, woulda.
I can do it, but people don't like my topics. That's the thing.
Well, Trevor, then tweak it. Find out what they do like and do it the next show. If I'm talking about ice cream and 10 people don't like ice cream, then I find out they want to talk about law enforcement abuse, then I'll talk about a law abuse the next time. Police brutality. You got to be flexible, adjust, and roll with it, man.
Then we're going to have
Trevor, I could easily do a gun show in California, gun show every Sunday, and I'll let people call in. I already have like the website for it and everything. I own cal2a.net, and I want to do it when I have time. But like I could easily do something if I could do a show where people know it's consistently there and they have a voice to be heard. They'd probably call in if I let someone say what they want to say.
That's where it's going. Let's let me like promote some people because that's what my job is, to promote people. And I'm not.
Trevor, self-promotion gets old, man. That's what you've been
No,
doing.
I want to promote somebody right now.
Well, that's why you're failing, though.
No, Jay Williams.
No one knows who that is.
Then I'm gonna play it. And I'm gonna let you listen to 1 second of it, okay? And
you know we do have YouTube, right?
We don't, Trevor. We don't want to hear it.
On you if you help us.
Okay, police interrogations. What you need to know. He snitched on me. I mean,
I'll talk to you guys later. I'm done. Talk to you later.
Old Trevor.
Good night.
He's gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm at the track right. I'm gonna walk the.
Wow. Zombies recording. I don't know what he's doing. Trying to get me like
the number came as up as spam risk on my cell phone. I'm like trying to reprogram this right now.
I can't find it where it's recording it.
It said something zombies. Oh, I'm just looking at your thing, but anyways. So I mean, we can't go backwards. I mean, you want to talk to Valerie?
No.
Trevor's gonna. I mean, Zombie's gonna say no.
Zombie has said no to anything, unless it's him. He'll say.
Well, I would say no only because she's around boring, depressing people. I don't want her to bring that up.
She thanks me for calling her because she has to deal with that idiot. You know,
it's getting monotonous for her. I guess maybe as long as she doesn't bring all this dark information. I like that. I like to hear something fun and lighthearted. I don't want to hear about.
I mean, she wants me to raise money for her, and I can do something. But what do you think?
Oh, you mean she wants you to do a marathon for her?
Yeah, she wants me to do a telethon or something. I don't know what she wants, but let's find out what she's up to.
All right.
Zombie's going, oh, you're just making fun. I'm not making fun. I mean, she enjoys talking. Right, Zombie? So
actually, I have to go someplace. I got to listen to one show right now at 10 o'clock. It's once a week. So I will come back as soon as I see what's going on over there.
Can you say hi before you? Can you say hi before you go? Say hi to her.
Okay, I will.
All right, let's. Oh gosh, we talked about Judy too. We don't want to get into that. Oh, Ken Pellman's on now. He was occupied in the bathroom. Okay, oh, forget him. So, yeah, at least they're listening. Where is she? Golly Wiley, dude. Hold on. Trevor's happy hour. This is funny. Zombie doesn't like. I don't know why Zombie keeps coming back for more abuse. It's kind of weird.
He's recording for you. Isn't that what he's doing? It's his job.
Yes, he tells me to fuck off all the time.
Yeah, if I posted the first three, I can't find the fourth.
I never know if Zombie's telling the truth or not. He's always running in circles.
Yeah. Well, I gotta go this time, you guys.
You, Trevor. Maybe he just
It's
doing what
7
you do.
o'clock. I'll talk to you later, Trevor. I posted the first 3
Bye.
hours, 20 or whatever. I can't find another one. So it should still be recording on your end. Bicycle, bye, Pauline, or Dragon Lady.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night, Trevor. Talk to
See
you
you
all. Trevor.
up.
Bye.